I'm currently downgrading her to 70-30 sheets.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we are broadcasting live. Well, sort of. Randall had a rough night last night.
Yeah.
Sort of live. From Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. You want to come down here and go to juliosliquors.com to get all the pertinent information. If you want to see this train wreck, I mean, I know you're listening on the radio, but if you want to see this train wreck, go to Julio's Facebook page. And we're going to be doing this live. And then after the show, Cousin Vinny takes all the nonsense that we've talked about and put together, and he posts it wherever you get your podcasts go to, like Spotify or wherever. You can find that. Look for It's the Liquor Talking.
Yeah, maybe you had an apple picking weekend planned and the weather got ruined, but
and you want to sleep in, you can listen to us and stay in bed.
You know, down here in the
You know what I always say, Randall?
Yep.
The weather is always perfect in a liquor store.
Yeah.
Yes. And not true words. Oh, well, listen, Randall,
we have
Randall
to keep
J.
it
Bird.
climate controlled, temperature adjusted.
That's
at
right.
It has to be 78.3 degrees in
78.
order for
yes,
our next guest.
Well, the only one. Introduce him. I'll give him his music.
Yeah, I'm talking about El Rey, the grape one. He likes it a little warmer than he stores his wine, but he has a lot of declarations.
Stop kissing that baby and get up here.
Yeah.
It's the wine of the week, Randall. All right, enough of that nonsense.
That's right. Welcome, Ray. And we've heard that you've had some trouble with your shoulder, possibly from
trap.
It's from lifting all the rest of us up.
Yes. Supporting this show.
Supporting everything.
This is what happens when you're
he's like Atlas.
Yeah. Well, when you're my age and you try to act like you're 25, this is what happens. So what are you going to do?
What'd you do? Lie on the couch and smoke a bong?
No, I like to play around with
that's 25-year-old behavior.
No, that is 25-year-old.
Yeah.
You're lifting. All right.
All right.
Well, I'm lifting something right here to my nose. I'm trying to look like I know what I'm doing, but why don't you talk us through what this wine is?
What's the wine of the week this week?
Well, part of what you said about apple picking, I'm going to, move into that mode with the flavor profile. But that being said, today's wine of the week is a French wine from Alsace, which is on the German border, from a producer called Hugel. Hugel. And it's...
watch your mouth.
It's, in Alsace, there are what they call the noble grapes of Alsace, Gewürztraminer, Pinot...
Randall likes Gewürztraminer because he loves saying it.
And Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, and Riesling. So, and each is individually varietally done. However, this one here is called Hugel Gentil, and what it is, it's the 4 noble grapes, plus a couple of lesser grapes like Sylvaner and Muscat.
Peasant grapes.
Yeah. So it's basically about a third, about 30% Gewürztraminer, about another 25% Pinot Gris, and then the Riesling and Pinot Blanc and
a couple of the other things in there.
A couple of the other things.
A couple of the other things thrown in there.
Yeah. So it's like I say every week, this wine is available to taste. You really need to taste this. This has a nice creamy style, but it retains a nice acidity to it. The way the wine is macerated, there's just enough tannin seeping from the skins of these grapes into the juice that
Randall has that problem.
At this time of the year, it's a great white wine to have. It has some grips, a nice mouthfeel to it.
Yeah.
And
really good.
To apple picking, Randall, that you mentioned, it does have an apple component, a yellow apple component to it, a little pear or quince in there.
Yeah, what's that yellow apple? Golden Delicious.
Golden Delicious.
That's what I was trying to think.
Correct. So it's got a little quince or pear in there, herbs, a little lemon. So it's got a lot going on there, and it's just a very delightful wine, very elegant wine.
This could be done 2 ways. This could be done paired easily with food.
Yep.
But it's got enough body and a lot of other things going for it. It's got sort of that spiciness that's coming from the Gewürz.
Yes.
And really, very well balanced. That could be drunk on its own.
Absolutely.
So I think, I don't know why when we get to fall, We start getting into fall. I know we're not in fall yet, right? You're coming close. But when we get to fall, for some reason, that's I start thinking of German wine. Is it because of Oktoberfest that I do this, or is it just German Alsace wine? So basically, what you got, it's right on the border. So
Right.
at one point, it's been in Germany, and the other point, it's been in France. So what you get is sort of like German varietal components made in the French methodology.
Correct.
So you get,
Yes.
you know, where Germans tend to go to the sweet part. These tend to be on the drier side, and they're using like sort of the German grape varieties done in a French way.
That's exactly it.
Is that it? Am I pretty good on that?
You're excellent, spot on. And
I'm gonna call my kids. Wait a minute, Rand. He said I was right.
That's
Thank
what
you.
they want to hear. Let me just tell you, they're looking forward to that call.
they're so close. And Ryan, you're right about it's gone back and forth under German control, under French control, back and forth, and it does have.
It's like a fall. Like I always think of fall. Though.
It is. It is. I mean,
is there a reason that way?
You could drink this in the summertime.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But for some reason, when I see the tall bottles, and I just automatically start thinking fall drinking.
Well, as I nose and taste this, I'm reminded of a college girlfriend, Alice Lorraine.
I mean, like Alsace-Lorraine. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But she didn't drink wine, so I always thought that was a missed opportunity.
Is that the one that only had French fries?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was a Darth series.
So,
all right. So
we digress. I'm getting randomly in trouble more and more as we speak.
So this is 2021 vintage. It has ageability to it because of the nice acidity levels in these wines, in the grapes. And it's, like I said, it's Hugel 2021 vintage. The everyday price of this, and it's really undervalued for what it is $14.99.
Really?
But, that big word, but, effective today.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Effective today and all of next week, Ryan.
Yes.
$9.98 a bottle.
Under $10. This wine's under $10.
Correct.
Good price.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. And it's available to taste, so please come in today. It's available.
Is it on the machines, or do you have it just
It's just open.
Just open.
So you
open
used the
today.
term grip. What would you, I feel this is very crisp.
It is, but it's got enough weight. Grip is the equivalent of weight in the mouth. The mouthfeel.
It lingers.
Texture. Yeah.
It's got a textural.
It's not like traction
component.
or.
Yeah.
Well, it's got it does. It's got like it's not it sticks. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not thin and it's gone. It's sort of the flavors sort of last. You can feel it. You get a little bit of viscosity to that.
Exactly. Nice.
Does that help?
Sure. Some purchase.
Purchase. There you go. I like that word too. There you go. Look at you. Look at you throwing around adjectives like a sommelier.
Well, if that's all it takes, I think
You're going to be pretty good. Have you ever seen the sommelier? It's almost like a contest where they each get to describe wines and they go on and on and on. I'm just like, all you got to do is have a dictionary handy or a thesaurus, and I think you could manage that one pretty good.
What's your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Yeah.
Sumptuous.
Sumptuous?
Yeah. When they start describing and somebody says sumptuous, I lose it.
Yeah.
My little.
That was pretty good, though. Right away.
The word I use when I do the newsletter a lot is enticing. Enticing aromas and flavors.
There you go. Now you know Ray's secret.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, just so you guys know.
What's the book flavor?
The book flavor?
It's something.
Vellum?
Is it what?
Vellicore? Vellicore? That's another one.
Yeah. And Rancio.
Vellum is another one, too. I've heard.
I like to throw in a Rancio every now and then.
A Rancio.
Yeah, a Rancio.
Grandmother's attic.
Yeah.
Petrichor is another one. This has, by the way, a very, very, very slight petrichor. This wine.
Yes.
It's really, really slight, but it is there.
Right.
And it adds a different dimension to this. It's really good. I like this one. This is really good, Ray. Hey, I should mention a couple things coming up. I got 1 minute to mention him, he says.
Hugel, and is there a varietal name, or is that the producer?
No, it's basically a blend, so
they call it Gentil.
Gentile.
And it's a blend, a 6 grape, but the 4 noble grapes of Alsace.
Is that why it's Gentile?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gentlemen. The 25th, this Wednesday, of course, we have Knob Creek coming up for Whiskey Wednesday, but the wine department has Thursday. We took the day away from Thor. It's now called Thursday. Tour of France and New Zealand on this Thursday. So look for that one. That one is a $10 gift card, but you can bring a friend with you.
Correct.
So that's fun. And on the 28th, we have what we did this summer. That's next Saturday, 2 to 3:30. We're going to be tasting all of our stuff that we've done and projects that we put together. And I should point out that Ray is going to have the Midnight Cellars is going to be the first time it's going to be open.
The rollout for the new Mooncraft will be a week from today.
That's right. And speaking of rollout, you're listening to It's the Liquor Talk as we roll into this commercial break and come back on the other side while continuing through with the video portion on Facebook Live.
Facebook Live, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so I should bring, since we're on break and stuff like that, we should talk a little bit about what's going on with our new project, which is called Midnight Cellars. It's called Mooncraft. It's from Midnight Cellars, I should say. That is sitting here at Julio's waiting to be released. So when you make wine and you put it in a bottle or you transport wine, it can get jostled around. So it's not ideal to drink at that time. So what we did, instead of letting it sit in California and then sit at our wholesaler, the wholesaler got it immediately and then sent it to us right after it was bottled. So it's sitting here, like sort of biding its time to make sure it's at optimal tasting and stuff like that. So we sort of set a date, the 28th. The 28th, we're having an event, which is called What I Did This Summer, but we are releasing the Mooncraft that day. You can pre-purchase the wine. We have a couple different things in the store. We have stuff online. You can pre-purchase it now at a special pricing. As always, you're not obligated. You come in here on Saturday where Ray's got this thing opened at 2 o'clock. When it's the time you can come pick up the pre-purchased wine. You can try it. If you don't like it, don't take it. We'll give you your money back.
Can't beat that.
But you want to hold it because traditionally these projects have been sought after.
Yeah,
and while it's new to the store in this last month, while it's sitting and waiting or whatever, this is a project that's been in the work for quite some time, right? It was from the springish.
Yeah, this one we had we convinced Rich at Midnight Cellars to do another project. We've done Mooncraft. This will be the third time we've done Mooncraft, which is sort of our name for our wine that we do with him. But it is a different. It's the third time, and it's a different blend. It's 50% Cabernet and 50% Malbec.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So the samples that we
and 100% delicious.
Oh, 100%. Gorgeous wine. We were real. I mean, it was like he sent us a bunch of samples to try, different blends put together that he had done, and this one was by far it wasn't even a contest. It was so good.
But as you get ready to sell this and get people excited about it, what's your level of excitement about this?
Anything that is exclusive, I get excited about. Yeah. So the only place in the United States of America you can get this wine is here.
Okay.
Is here. And, the first time we ever did anything like this was back in 2016, and it was wildly successful.
Right.
So, yeah, I get excited about things like this. Anything that is exclusive to Julio's only.
Right.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, and the other part of that, too, is if it's exclusive to us, you're going to remember that we're not taking it, we don't take that lightly. We're going to find you the best stuff that we can possibly get at that price.
Right.
So, Ray, you're going to be here Thursday too, right?
Yes, sir.
And I should also say, by the way, too, that there's also going to be a sort of October 10th. We're going to do a full launch of the Midnight Cellars on October 10th. So keep an eye out for that too.
Right.
Ray, I know you got to go upstairs.
Yes,
The beverage whisperer himself just walked in. Thank you. Go see Ray. Try this the Gentile Hugel. Gentile
Hugel 2021 vintage.
You got to try that one.
It's $9.98 a bottle.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting some of that.
Kind of ridiculous.
Myself.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.
Is Ray the noble great?
Oh, he's noble something.
Yeah.
Noble, not a Nobel Prize winner though, I guess.
Right.
All right. So
Nobel Prize winner.
Nobel.
Right. He's a Nobel.
Yes.
Kind of prize winner.
There's a play on words in there
somewhere. Straight
straight
information
skinny.
about the wine and
isn't that the straight skinny?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? We've been dealing with a lot of words today. I don't know why.
Yeah. Because we're speaking. It's a talk show, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, but I know, but a lot of like double me. All right, here we go. We'll come back. Here we come. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And Ray's left us. He's upstairs, though. So El Ray is up there
Huge
tasting wine.
procession, throwing rosé petals at his feet as he walks and exits. But right behind him,
Right behind him and on the dais
like
now is,
a
I'll give him his
soft
thing.
breeze,
It's the beverage whisperer,
he just
the one,
blew in.
the only Kenny Sadowski.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing
Yeah.
today, sir?
All good, relatively.
I got to tell you, I have provided by because our new sponsor for our big whiskey festival in February is Icelandic. Right?
Icelandic glacial water.
Glacier Water is
Yeah.
is sponsoring us for. So we're
How
we're
did that
having
happen?
I know somebody.
I got a guy.
I got a guy, and the funny part is, so we've been putting glacier water on the dais now. I love it. I think it's really good, and most part of the reason is Kenny actually had given me a couple bottles of it. I'm like, this is really good. He goes like, yeah, I'm going to be on the board, and I'm like, we need to get this. And the funny part is, I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it on like different shows. So my wife and I were just watching like reality show junkies. We were watching Mediterranean, Below Deck Mediterranean. Guess what? I'm like, hey, that's the glacial water right there. That's the Icelandic glacial water right there, and they have it on the ship. And I'm like, did you see that? I feel like that meme where it's like what is it? Leo is looking. He's going like, there it is, there it is. But
Well, all I have to say about that is the U.S. headquarters for Icelandic Glacial is in Los Angeles. So we do have people there
yes,
that are connected to Hollywood.
well, I think also too. I think they're in the Mediterranean, so I think the water's way bigger right now in probably Europe than it is here, right?
No,
No,
the U.S. is well over
Really?
80%. Yeah.
wow, I
Our
did not know that.
I don't want to give out too much information, but our number one customer in the U.S. is Publix,
Julio's
Like Julia's
sorry.
liquor, no,
Floridia.
Floridia. No, listen, I'm going to try to work my way to be the number one seller of from this little store in
From
Massachusetts.
your lips to God's ears.
There we go. But Kenny's here now. Listen, in front of you guys, you have a drink. This is a Blue Run Manhattan.
Okay.
Mine's gone.
You're supposed to. You're supposed. You're like. You're
I
supposed to
didn't get that
taste it.
memo.
You're supposed to
I
taste
get
it.
the memo.
Supposed to taste it. All right. So
Well, Frisky Whiskey gave it to me while I was standing over
Yeah,
there
that was
waiting
a
when
big-
I was on
big
the on
mistake.
deck circle.
big mistake. If you go to our Facebook page, in the feed of this show, we have actually Frisky Whiskey's recipe for this Blue Run Manhattan. We had Blue Run here. We had Trey Wade was here from Blue Run on Wednesday night. Fantastic. What a nice guy that guy is. I love him. He's one of my favorites.
Plus, I just came back from Manhattan, so I had to start early.
You had to start early. There you go. And we did the whole series of Blue Run, including our new Safe Word, which is our bottled in bond single barrel Blue Run, which went over huge. We've already sold like 4 or 5 cases of it, and that's gone great. The other big hit that I thought that everybody really liked was the Emerald rye whiskey, the Blue Run Emerald rye whiskey. So I gave it to John. I said, John, come up with something. And he's like, oh, no, I know what we're doing. Because my good friend Jay Sente sent us some 1757 vermouth.
That's really good also.
It's real. It's my new favorite vermouth. We don't even have it yet. We don't even have it, but it's my new favorite.
Well, you're going to have less after we do another batch of this.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll give you the bottle at this point. But this is the Emerald rye whiskey from Blue Run. It was actually distilled by Jim Rutledge at Castle and Key, and Jim's been he was the master distiller for Four Roses for forever, and he had never done a rye. This is the first time he did a rye, and he used a rye that was sort of had a greenish hue to it.
Come on, Randall. I definitely felt, hey, what do you mean? He's gone awry?
Yes, yes.
Well, Randall's gone to ride 3 times today already. You missed it. And anyways, so really good.
It's just the drink of the show.
Well, try this. See what you think of it.
I already told you.
Well, I think something's gone terribly right with this.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good. The Emerald Rye from Blue Run is it went, like I said, it's probably the second favorite of the night. It was really, really good. It was actually right up there for me too. I think
What was
if
the
you want to
favorite?
try
I
it,
wasn't here.
we didn't you try? We already we did it last week, but if you want some more, I have some.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
last,
No,
We
that
did
was
the
last
safe
week it
word.
had the
So
little
that was
thing
the
that-
But
favorite.
here,
that
yeah,
popped
the
out
save
of it.
yeah, definitely. It went great. But so
What's the drink of the show?
do you want a drink of the show too? All right. Well, let's I think it just pulls off. I think it's a quirk. He has trouble with openings.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Do you want to do a drink of the show?
I
Do you
mean,
want to drink that first?
They're all drinks of the show.
I know they are all drinks and so, but
Yeah,
should we
but-
do the
but
official
He's gonna
drink of the
taste
show?
the rock.
yes, Randall has to give his
Oh, that's not
blessing, the
mine.
All right,
official
so let's do
blessing
this.
of-
I have something for us to do.
It's nobody's business what's
it's-
in it.
Yeah, I'm going to give you in the coffee mugs. Don't worry. I got all the coffee mugs over here. I'm going to
Thank
give
you.
you something that is not available yet.
I did get
our
the
studio
black
audience
shirt
gonna
memo,
like.
though.
Did you get the black shirt memo? That's good.
Apparently.
Yeah, Men in Black without all the alien BS.
All right, I'm going to give you guys this. So this is actually a sample. This is a barrel that I picked this week and was going to give.
Thank you.
I got more for you, Kenny. So don't worry about that. You want to? I'll give some to the studio audience and to John.
And I'll announce this, but I will say that I'll give the old announcement for the drink of the show.
Yeah, give it.
I don't know if you know this history, Kenny, but the old drink of the show was what we kept in a paper bag and drank off of the library steps in
That is
Worcester.
so true. I
when
totally
we
forgot
used
about
to
that.
do the radio broadcast from the station, which was right next door to the library.
So
right
on
across
Front
the
Street, there's WCRM was on Front Street in Worcester, and one of the things is we're doing a show about alcohol, and it's called "It's the Liquor Talking." One of the rules of the station was we couldn't drink in the station.
Right.
Oh my
In the studio.
goodness.
You couldn't drink in the studio. So Randall and I would do the drink of the show. And what we would do is we would run out of the station and go drink on the steps of the library, Worcester Public Library, out of a paper bag.
Out of a paper bag. And by the way, no problem doing that.
No, that was
Never a
not
raised
never a
eyebrow,
problem.
No question.
No one even
But in
looked
the
twice at
station,
us.
You couldn't
Well,
be drinking
So
responsibly.
we decided to start using coffee mugs.
You know what? Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, try that.
Hysterical and historical
There you go.
factoid. But
Go-
There are
cheers.
some pictures that probably should not be out there. of
There are
this
some pictures
exact-
of this, yes, that we're all in trouble for. Try this and see what you guys think of this one.
Statute of limitations must be up on that, though.
Yeah, they're not going to chase me down at this point. Although Randall, one time I remember Randall was late, and I go, when we were at the station, I go, Randall, where were you? He goes, you're never going to believe this. Do you remember
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the story?
So I'm like walking up to the station, and there's this guy that jumps out of a moving car that's coming towards me and then starts running, and the car piles into a telephone pole directly in front of me at about 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, it wasn't
some
fast.
low speed. And then all of a sudden the cops appeared because apparently he was being pursued, and I had to like try and work my way around them, and they were asking me some questions
You
about
became
what
a
I
witness.
saw.
he
Yeah,
became a witness. The best one was on Front Street. Is we had basically I don't even know if it really was, but the theory is that it was a one-way window.
Oh, it was
In
a
the front.
glass window.
Glass
that
window.
sat in front of us, and it faced over to the park or the little square.
Yeah.
And so you would be sitting there doing the show, and all sorts of crazy stuff.
It was
would be
like,
happening
yeah, it was what.
in
Let's
front
talk
of you.
about reality TV. We had one guy that like used it as the corner to light his marijuana cigarette.
Right. What it
It-
wasn't legal.
Totally
But it wasn't
legal now.
not legal
Not
at the
then.
time. Remember the guy
So
who
now you
walked
could
by
just
with
call it a
the
pre-roll.
yes, exactly. Remember with the guy that went by with that was carrying the television set
Yeah.
at the
Clearly
it's like
stolen.
all this bizarre stuff. So it was pretty
people that would
interesting.
walk up the window, and unless we knocked on the window, there may have been some potential urination. It was
Yeah.
thwarted, and it was just like a crazy
The
roll
fun
of
days.
characters.
Fun
would
days
just
that
roll
we had.
past the
Yeah,
window.
it never was boring. I'll tell you that. Now we have a studio audience who seems much more
You're gonna have to
civilized.
step it up.
Yeah,
and
step
do
it
something
up.
Crazy.
Get a pre-roll, start lighting stuff.
So I haven't told anybody what we're drinking yet, and I probably should get to the drink of the show. The drink of the show today is a Russell's Reserve. Now, this is a barrel that I've picked. This is not available yet. It will be coming. This will be done at 110 proof. It's at what you're tasting at is 119.7 because this is a true barrel sample. This comes from the Tyrone campus at Wild Turkey, warehouse, Rickhouse B. And this is approximately, I think it's a little over 9 years old. Bourbon, what do you think?
It's really good. The one piece of history that you guys neglected to say, which is one of my favorite things to add to the show, is it is still a proven fact that you cannot drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's right.
I thought we established that. I think it's now a creed.
Right.
Well, it should be maybe the second generation of the mug will be
That's
like
right.
that.
So
But
you
it's
do
delicious.
Yeah.
It's-
Just to jump in before we go to the commercial
Yeah.
thing, we get a barrel sample at 119.
Right.
But as a production style, they're going to print labels that they can consistently get to the label printing for label approval, so it doesn't have to flag
redone
everything.
every time.
And so they bring it down to the 110, which is probably the highest that they can consistently get.
Right.
And then bring it. So yeah.
This
was
is
just a little
so I
explanation.
figured the name of this barrel is it's our 50th, it's Julio's Liquors 50th anniversary. It's Jimmy Russell's, we talked about this last week, Jimmy Russell's 70th anniversary at
Yeah.
Wild Turkey. So and he's also known as the Buddha of bourbon, right?
Okay.
So this one is called, can you guess?
Buddha's Delight.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay.
This is a beautiful bourbon.
Yeah.
So this one will be coming out before the end of the. I've been told it will be here before the end of the year. So keep your eyes for that one.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have to
Delicious
take. Do we have to take a break?
Yes.
I
We do.
know.
All right. 30. I got 30 seconds. Well, all right. I really like this one.
I'm
This
going
was
to take
one of my
another
favorite.
sip of this before we do the outro, but I'm enjoying this a lot.
Well, the problem is everybody wants Camp Nelson, which is one of the other campuses that a lot of rick houses are at Wild Turkey. We only
Contact me after the show to understand that no matter where you get your whiskey, it's always a bell curve.
Mm-hmm.
And it always has the same amount of chances of being excellent as it does on the tail end of being not so good, no matter what the area is, the rick house, or where it is in that rick house.
This one's good, by the way.
More about that. And we haven't gotten you up on a soapbox in a while, but we're going to go right now to a commercial break.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking through that and doing Facebook Live stuff if you choose to look at that. And we'll be back on the other side as soon as the commercials are done.
How's that? All right. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one sort of fast, down and dirty. So I told you I traveled back up from Florida. I stopped at Buc-ee's. We haven't finished all the stuff I got.
2 hours. I just looked. It's 2 hours from where I'm going to be in Wilmington.
Oh, it's 2 hours.
Week.
Oh, yeah. Just it might still be worth it. I picked up there. I also picked up at the register. There was this Twang, which it's a brand that I've heard of before, but I did not seen pickle beer salt. So I picked it up. It's a little green jar that's basically got salt in it. It's the salt. Johnny salted the rim with it, and I'm going to use Zero Gravity Jaws, which is a Czech style Pilsner. And you basically salt the rim for your beer. Have you ever had Tecate, like Mexican beer? Usually like salt the rim on that. So it's sort of the same idea, but I figured we would try it and see how it would go.
All right. Is this one of your quick fix, your minute to win?
No, it's not a mix it in the minute, Randall, I think is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
You can only ruin, why do you ruin my segments? But you can do it too.
You're making me eat pickle salt.
I know, that's why.
Right.
You can do this 2 ways. You could salt the rim like we just did, but you could also just throw a couple dashes in the beer if you so choose. But pickle's a big flavor. I like pickle beer, like pickle flavoring and stuff like that. Much better than pumpkin spice.
Well, I was, as I've already said, in
That's
Manhattan.
good. You can taste it.
I was in Manhattan earlier this week, and the minute I got to my hotel, some friends of mine told me they were at a sports bar nearby. So I went over there, and they were drinking tequila. But then one new guy showed up and said, "Who's doing a pickleback?" And I was like,
"Oh yeah, you know what a pickleback is, right?"
I did not.
Well,
I thought it was a band. I thought it was a Nickelback.
Yeah. Nickelback.
Get your beach balls out.
So I wound up doing, as well as a few shots of no, not shots tequila, drinks of tequila. I had my first pickleback.
Pickleback.
And
so
I
it's just a
survived.
shot of pickle juice with usually whiskey.
Whiskey.
Now,
It was whiskey. It was whiskey
That's
Wednesday.
pretty good.
I'm
By the
not
way,
a
that's pretty
salt
good.
fan, too. Add
Yeah.
this to the list of things that other people like: salt, coffee.
Yeah, we're
dark
coming back in a
chocolate,
second, so spit it out.
No, that's it.
Okay.
I
You
already
don't
did
like
spit it out.
salt either?
Not a big fan of it.
Not a
So
big
I
fan of
prefer the
salt.
pickleback over this.
All right. All right, there we go. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. During the break, Randall and Kenny and myself tried
We're subjected.
tried twang pickled beer salt on uh John was kind enough to rim some glasses for us. It's pickled beer salt. I think it's really good. It tastes like pickle though. I mean, you have the dill and everything. It tastes like
I
no.
feel like I need to put this in perspective.
All right.
You said that he put the salt on the rim of the glass. It's a plastic cup.
Yeah.
That salt has been
We
liberally
don't
applied
have
to
a
the
big
edge.
budget here, Randall. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I
or
know,
not,
but like you're making it sound like this is like a drink. We're making do with what we have.
Listen, I'm gonna point out to you, like, okay, you showed up today. You just waltzed right in here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You've had a couple whiskeys. Johnny's made you a great Manhattan.
Yep.
And now you're complaining about the plastic cup.
No. I'm just saying that as people think that John is over there slaving away. The way you make it sound is that he has like all the proper equipment.
He does.
We're doing classy things, and he is having to make make do with a lot of stuff.
You only supply.
He's hand chipping the ice cubes
with with your audience.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you too, and I'm like, plastic cups all the way.
Right.
That's so we don't have to clean them up afterwards.
I have no problem with the plastic cup. You just made it sound like this was classy.
It's radio.
Right.
Except for people that are watching on Facebook Live.
You put a pickle beer salt on the rim of this plastic cup, or with the beer from Gravity.
Yeah, I got.
And I'm not a fan of salt, but like, what, you guys enjoyed that?
Do you like pickle? Do you like dill pickle?
Yeah.
Really?
I liked it.
I liked it. I think it was actually pretty good.
Yep. I've never had this beer before either. It was all
that beer is actually pretty good. That Zero Gravity is up from Vermont. They make some great stuff. I picked this one because I wanted a light style, and that's the Czech Pilsner style.
It's weightless.
Sure is.
It's really good. I like it a lot. All right. Enough of you two with your tomfoolery. It's time for the larceny question of the show.
7.
All right. The larceny question of the show today is, if you don't get this one, I may hit you. What is the name of the fortified wine that is a key ingredient in the classic cocktails like martinis and Manhattans? Do I need to give you some answers, some
Options?
ABC, some options?
What do you consider fortified?
A fortified wine is something that alcohol is added to.
Right. So the proof strength is higher
Proof
than you
strength
would naturally get.
than you would naturally get with just the fermentation of the product.
Does it sound like a state that's close to Massachusetts? Maybe even touches it?
Appropriate.
I'll give you some alternate choices here. Okay. Is it A, Delmonico, B, vermouth, C, absinthe, or D, cognac? What is the name of the fortified wine that is a key ingredient in classic cocktails like martinis?
Vermont.
Yes, I think it's the vermouth.
You think it's vermouth? So
yeah,
you're saying
the
B?
cognac is a brandy.
Yeah.
Delmonico is a steak.
Yeah.
And,
you sure Delmonico's a steak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's Del Monte.
Oh,
that's
Delmonico.
Yeah,
that's Delmonico. And absinthe? You sure it wasn't absinthe?
Absinthe is a liqueur, but it's.
So we're going with B, vermouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got it right this week. I mean, I have a bottle of. There's a bottle of vermouth.
It was Vermont.
It's not Vermont. It's vermouth.
What is the most popular style of fortified wine?
What is the most popular style of fortified wine?
Internationally.
I was going to say sherry.
Yeah, I think so too.
You don't even have the answer, do you?
No, I mean,
just
I'm
said-
just saying that was going to be my default, but it wasn't on the thing.
So you thought it was sherry?
So yeah, sherry.
Yeah, sherry.
You've got the
Listen.
ports, you got the vermouths, you got the.
I'm going to point something out. This is probably a good time for a public service announcement. If you are into any type of like scotches, and by the way, now a lot of even bourbons, stuff like that, and you like sherry finished whiskeys, you need to start drinking more sherry.
The actual product.
The actual product.
They're running out.
Yeah. I mean, what there's a couple down and dirty things that a lot of places do where they basically have barrels.
They fake it.
They wash it basically sherry through, and no one ever really even drinks that sherry. It goes from one barrel to the next till it's used up, and then it gets discarded because it's too bitter.
The woman washing the barrels is named Sherry.
Right.
And that's just how they.
I was thinking that was one workaround.
Yeah.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Well, but sherry is probably more tightly defined than port, for instance, right? Because there's a lot of American ports, which I don't understand.
There's a lot of American sherry. There are American sherries too.
Yeah.
I mean, but there is like if you want real, like port from Portugal, and you want real sherry from Spain. Yeah, and then there's different types of sherry. Listen, I don't care what type of sherry you drink. Just buy a bottle of sherry and start drinking it. It's really good too, by the way.
Yep.
And you sort of get that.
Really, I think the housewives that used to have a little nip while they were cooking dinner have dropped the ball here. This is why it was so big in the 60s.
What is it? Remember, wasn't that the skit from SNL with Dan Aykroyd when you do Julia Child, a little wine for the sauce, a little wine for the chef, and I think it was sherry, because sherrys usually can be up there in
the actual alcohol content and used extensively in cooking. So
yeah,
you would just
Mother's little helper, as Mick Jagger would say.
Well, no, that's amphetamine. That's a different story that we're gonna go with.
There's a variety of things.
There's a variety of different things. All right, listen. One of the things that we have coming up shortly is October 2nd. We have John Taffer's coming back. It was a bar rescue, and he has Taffer's butter brown, right?
Brown butter
bourbon. He's got that. He's coming in to see us. Now, I wanted to do something different with when John comes. And a lot of places that get John do a bottle signing, meet John Taffer, do a bottle signing, and buy a bottle that's signed, right? And they might taste the product or whatever. I want to do something different with him when he comes. What I'm trying to set up is
mescaline.
No, we're not doing that. We're gonna try to. I'm talking to his people now. I want to do like a cocktail hour with John Taffer, and what I want to do is we're going to try the regular product out for everybody to try. But what I want to do, and John and I have been talking because John's going to do most of the work.
Yeah, I see him. So he had to sit down.
Johnny on the spot. That's why he's Johnny on the spot. Do like 3 different cocktails with the product with the Taffer's brown butter. As I say brown butter, or is it butter brown?
It's brown butter.
Brown butter bourbon. I'll get it right one of these times. It's a good product. I like it. And so I'm working to do that. So in honor of that today, John has done a paper plane, which is one of my favorite cocktails.
Another cocktail
with the Taffers.
Twist my arm.
So, because this may be one of the cocktails that you want to do, John. Is that what you're telling me? This is one of the cocktails John may want to do for that event. So it's not even up on the board yet. So keep an eye out. Go to juliosliquors.com. Look under Tastings Event. It'll probably be up this week. John Taffer is coming, and we're going to have basically 60 people here, and we're going to have a more of an intimate setting with John, talking about everything that he does and trying some cocktails with him. That's my plan anyway. So that's what I'm trying to do. But try this and see what you think.
Yeah, delicious. And that brown buttered bourbon, that kind of toffee vanilla flavor, it comes out at the back end with a very nice.
This is really good, John.
Paper plane generally has a little bit of an edge to it.
Yeah, it's always the main thing is
you could almost get a paper cut from.
Yes. Well, it's got that acidic from the citrus, from the lemon.
Right.
So this is actually, I really like this one. Yeah. I might make them all this way all the time. Oh, if you go to our Facebook page, Julios Liquors Facebook page, and you scroll down, John actually put up the Taffer's paper plane, but it is from the taffersbrownbutterbourbon.com website. So we just made the recipe from there. So
will this be one of the several done at the event?
I hope so. I hope so. This was a
Oh,
test.
okay.
So we're sort of we're fooling around with them, see which ones we want to do.
Is it
This
the
one I
drink
think
of
is
the
really
show?
good. This is a drink in the show.
Oh,
What do you think? I think it's pretty good.
That's pretty. The nice finish that rounds into that kind of richer, rounder toffee note
Yeah.
and vanilla note really is a surprising little twist, but it appears only at the end.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is why I like Taffer's brown butter bourbon. Okay,
You like to say it.
I know it's a flavored bourbon. It's a flavored bourbon, but he kept the ABV of this higher. It's what's the alcohol proof on this, Randall?
Instead of being a liqueur or a cordial,
Which is like they do them in like a lot of these things are like 70 proof, maybe
40%. I can't.
So it's 80 proof.
Yeah.
So it's 80 proof. So it doesn't take.
Still
It's not as cloyingly
technically
sweet.
a whiskey
Right.
level of.
It's not cloyingly sweet. And people go, well, what would I do with this other than there's a couple little recipes or drinking this straight because people like flavored whiskey.
Right.
This shows the versatility of the product by doing something like a paper plane because there's nowhere to hide. And if it came out too sweet, it would just show up as too sweet. And so kudos.
I'm going to challenge John
kudos.
to create his own.
It used Bully Boy Amaro in this too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That's for the paper plane instead of what would be normally would be Nonino. Yeah, but it's usually like Nonino Amaro, right? Not the typical. Yeah, but I like the Bully Boy stuff too. So this is really good. So make it with Bully Boy. When we make it with Bully Boy. This is really good. I like this one.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to take a break. Is that what I'm saying here? We got to take a break. Oh, 35 seconds. That's like all the time in the world.
eternity.
Is there a question that you want to talk about the Bully Boy project, Randall?
Am I allowed to?
Sure, you can talk about it.
Top secret information here.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell
No,
them.
we worked with Bully Boy to create a single barrel expression that will be released probably around the Halloween time. I believe the working title of it is called Wicked Dark.
Wicked Dark.
And it has an influence of some staves
that we put back in the barrel.
And then age the bourbon additionally past the great tasting bourbon with these staves.
If you want to know about it, you're going to have to get the podcast because we're going to do it during the break. Okay. And we're going to taste it during the break. All right. So you want to get us out of here?
Yeah. Oh, my liver. It's the liquor talk. And we'll be back after these commercial breaks with some talking in between, including top secret stuff that you can follow on Facebook Live. Please stay tuned, and we'll come back on the radio dial, AM 830 on that dial.
All right, everybody. So we're doing this project with Bully Boy. Guys, Dave and Will have been fabulous to work with. And we decided we were like, look, we want to do some local projects. Here, John, I'm going to give you two. We wanted to do some local projects. So we decided to take one of our barrels. We put extra staves in it.
Now, if you hold this up and were to compare it to a normal whiskey, it is darker in color.
It's in
the smaller kind of cup. It's a little hard to see how dark
yeah, but
it
it's
is,
dark. I mean, you can see it there.
It's like
dark.
A dark, heavy infused tea. Right?
Well, it was one of the other titles I wanted to do. It was like I was trying to figure out spilling the tea, Boston Tea Party. I mean, we're knocking around stuff, and then I think you and I just started talking in a very heavy Boston accent, and it became Wicked Dark.
Bully Boy in Dorchester.
Dorchester, Wicked Dark.
Right. Yeah.
So this is it. So it's been put in. This has been aged in how many weeks in the barrel? Extra weeks, I should say. This is a finishing.
I'm going to say that's been in the finishing program for 16 and a few days.
16 weeks. So
so under
we
18,
brought this down to
120
proof. So we're going to bottle at 120 proof on this.
Yeah.
And taste and see what you guys think. Now, never trust your first sip. Trust your second, especially since we've been doing that paper plane.
I like my first sip though.
Man, it's really good. It's got this dark. It has these. I'm gonna do the accent. It has these dark flavors, but it's got like it's got that wood spice, but the wood spice almost goes more like a mocha chocolate.
Yeah, I was gonna say coffee.
Mocha.
It has some of those notes in it, and the staves and things that we did would have that influence to it. So
I think people are really gonna like this. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for a teetotaling first time trying bourbon person.
Well, I think that as we're exploring here today, if you like a little bit of those flavors or a little bit of intensity, you're going to find it in this product. But if you're looking for the run-of-the-mill, smooth, light, weeded bourbon, this is
not it. This is not it. This is what do you studio audience? What do you think? Like it? Yeah, I think it's coming out really, really well. We're gonna do. I think if you talk to the boys, we're gonna do a special label for this.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and. I mean, first
We
of all,
wanted to make it look like part of
talking,
Bully Boy,
right.
though.
So one of the things that I'll just speak to this very quickly.
Okay.
I think you see a lot of people across the United States. They're going to have their club or store pick, and they want to make it look as crazy as possible so everybody knows it's them, including a practice of sometimes putting a sticker over their whole label.
Okay.
Right. And
yeah,
so
we've seen it.
Right. And so when we're working with them and other distilleries, you're going to maintain the Bully Boy products on the shelf, right?
Right.
A lot of stores will pull that so they can sell through their barrel, get their money out of the barrel, and then they'll gracefully graciously allow Four Roses or whoever to put their product back on the shelves. And so we're going to use the bottle that is their current bottle iteration, but we're going to change one of the ink colors, and it'll say the name of it on the label.
Okay.
And there was some question about trying to put medallions or stickers.
Nah.
But I'm like, I feel like
whenever we don't
trying
have
to support their brand,
right?
Anyone walking up to it will see sitting next to their core brand, which has a reddish tint. I think we're going to ask for a little bit more of an orange kind of accent to it.
Whenever we do a project with somebody, it's supposed to elevate the brand, not just the project.
Or us.
Or us.
Which is typically what a lot of people do.
Or both.
Yeah. Right.
But that's not really why we're doing some of these things. So we want to keep it straight ahead.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to happen with this project.
This is all the decisions are being made this week. So
yeah. So we'll have more. But you guys like it?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Excellent. All right. Don't tell anybody when we go back on here. All right. And here we go. We should be going back on. And you guys want to do some cider? How about some Irish whiskey?
Well, your show, dude.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And I should say, so I just don't want to forget to the next weekend we have What I Did This Summer, which is about a lot of our projects. It's from 2 o'clock to 2:30 at Julio's. There's some other cool things going on that day. I would suggest that'd be a really good day to come to here to Julio's.
Do you have to wear that yellow raincoat with the big floppy?
What you did last summer? I know what you did last summer. No, you don't.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But you should.
Yeah.
So
that's next. Why I got that memo. Nobody else.
The perfect outfit for the perfect storm.
So yeah, there we go. So that's next week, and then the week after that is the Falltober Beer Fest, which is Saturday, October 5th, from 2 to 3:30. That's going to be another really fun time to have here, and we got a bunch of stuff coming, including in that some ciders and stuff too. So the guys just got in this, and it's the Hudson North Cider Company out of New York, and I thought we would do this. This is apple cider donut.
Is it from the Hudson Valley?
I would say so.
So this is
Could be from the Hudson River.
This is a cider.
Well, I hope it's not from the river.
Cider with a donut component.
Yes, this is apple cider donut cider.
Smells like that's the name.
Smells like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you another one. Just his, and I'll give you one more.
Yeah, that is exactly what it.
They come in a pack. There's like there's a 8-pack with all the different flavors in there. So there's a
vanilla cider donut.
Read it, Randall.
Pumpkin cider donut. Why didn't we try that one?
You know why?
Apple cider donut.
Did you?
And it looks like
the true what flavor of what is what, Randall?
The true flavor of this show is anything with pumpkin spice.
He won't say it now. The true autumnal flavor.
Autumnal
flavor is apple, Randall.
And Can I give you a note? You call it Falltober.
That's Falltober is next month, yes.
But why wouldn't it be Falltober?
It could be.
Yeah.
But it's Falltober.
You could save some money on those vowels on the rest of the flyer.
Thank you, Pat Sajak.
I just want to give a shout out to the best apple cider donut in this area, in my humble opinion,
Oh
which
boy.
is Davidian's.
Davidians
mean,
has good apple cider
there-
donuts.
Tugas does a great job with all of their apples,
This is good.
but the donuts, you don't need to make that drive up the hill.
Kenny, you're just
Whoa,
talking
whoa,
words.
whoa,
This
whoa.
is just
That's some
air
fighting words.
at different frequencies going in and out
You
of
know,
the ears.
you know what?
I think
You know
we
what
should
would be
really
a thing?
put this to the test.
Yeah, you know what I think we should do? And I think this is Kenny. This is
Is there a show next Saturday?
There's a show next Saturday. So here's my proposal. I think we need to get donuts from both places and taste them blind and decide.
I think
I'm not here.
You know,
I'm not here though.
No, but you're not here next Saturday?
No,
I'll taste in proxy for you.
Okay, perfect. No, I was going to run and get them from both, but
All
I
right.
can't do it next
I can't do it
Saturday.
next
I'm not
Saturday.
here.
So those two, and I think we need a third, control.
I think
Cider
Dunkin' Donuts is doing an apple cider.
That would be
donut
third
this year.
place for sure.
Well,
Right.
but you got to make it fair. So
But
we'll
I
work
think
on
that.
that.
More people have access to Dunkin' Donuts.
John, you just got rounded up. Johnny on the spot
I'll
says
go
he'll
straight
do it.
from here to Davidian.
Okay.
You don't have to twist.
Well, no,
my
but
arm.
we want to do it for next week. We'll do it for next week's show.
Well,
We will
I don't
decide.
mind
If
previewing
anybody,
it and then
wait a
revisit.
minute. We have people watching on Facebook Live. So if anybody on Facebook Live thinks that somebody else has a great apple cider donut, there's a place in Connecticut that Jen and I stopped.
Oh, Honey Pot and Bolton has them too, but there's a line like out the wazoo. It's just not worth.
Well, then those probably are the best
No,
ones.
I'm
Then
telling you, Davidian.
All right.
Davidian does this unbelievable job, and no one knows about it.
This, and he's not going to be here.
Right.
All right.
Because I can go tomorrow.
No, we got to do it for next week.
No, that's
No,
you guys.
No, that's for
I
us.
can
Yeah,
do it
that-
tomorrow.
Yeah, you can do it tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure something out. Don't worry about it. We'll figure something. Randall's already figuring how he's getting donuts. Trust me. Randall's like, I
Well, I already put
donuts
it out there. I've done all my.
You know what we should do?
groundwork.
We should say, you know what? Cousin Vinny next Saturday.
Yes.
Cousin Vinny runs the Taste of Massachusetts Taste New England. Cousin Vinny needs to decide and get us like 3 places that are local
Four.
to here. 4. 4
We have
places
to be
that are,
fair.
we have to be. Yeah, you got to have. Well, 4 is an even number.
What do you say?
5.
No,
We
look, I mean, I agree with everything you're saying, and I won't even be here, so I just want to hear the results. But if anybody beats Davidian, it might be Honey Pot, but that's not that. I mean, that's just
Well,
not
here's
close enough.
my point: is that the Dunkin' Donuts
Well,
one
it's close enough.
across the board, most people will have access to that, and it's going to be fairly consistent. So to me, that's the baseline. Now, it's obviously not the custom products,
Right.
but that would
Right.
probably be the 5th one.
Which
And
one?
there's also-
Dunkin'?
Just do something that's standard,
Yeah, you have to do like Dunkin' Donuts.
and then you add on with the.
And
with the
one
specialty
one
ones.
more thing to dovetail on this off the rails conversation is
Johnny.
there is someone on Instagram that has an apple cider donut website, and he has all the places that do them. Now, what I don't know is if he's ranking them and rating them, but there definitely is on the gram an
Did you
apple
know I
cider
came up with
donut
the gram?
safari.
Did you know I came up with that? My kids laughed at me when I said it should be called the gram. And my kids
Sorry.
said, Dad, it's
I thought that
stupid.
was
That's
that guy
stupid.
Teddy.
I'm just telling you.
Well, I'm what can I say? I'm a fan. Right?
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm going to talk to Cousin Vinny about this and see what can happen on this one, because I think that we definitely
We need to
need
get to the bottom.
we need to get
I
to the
think-
bottom of this.
I think you should delegate it, given all of your authority. Just delegate it to somebody at 8 a.m. a week from
That's right.
today to go pick up
Go
from
pick
4
up.
places.
Yeah, I know. That's what we'll probably do.
I
I'll
would
figure it
do
out.
I would do it, but I'm going to be in North Carolina, maybe driving to Buc-ee's.
Maybe driving to Buc-ee's. All right. Hey, the last thing I wanted to try for us today is we just got a new barrel in. And John's going to have this up on the whiskey wagon for later today, or wherever you want to try it. This is Keeper's Heart. And Keeper's Heart is a little bit different than what you're probably used to seeing. This is Irish plus American whiskey.
Right.
So it's a blend of both Irish and American. And this one is a single barrel done for us, finished in American rye barrels. All right. So this only produced 150 bottles at 55% ABV, so 110 proof. But they basically blend Irish whiskey and American whiskey together and then barrel it. And so what you're trying now is that this goes for $50, $49.99. Irish and American whiskeys, very different. The one of the distillers from Ireland was here. I had him sign my bottle,
nice.
but he was just here for the
But
afternoon.
not Scotland.
But not Scotland. No, it's Irish and American.
Okay, so my question is the key from Castle and Key the same as Lock and Key?
No.
No.
Okay.
Or Copper and Key.
A keep is a
I was hoping to get
lock.
one of those keys
So
I could go to both
we came to
continents.
the thing is Lock and Key is basically is our whiskey society, and the reason why it's our whiskey society and why we came up with the name is Lock is a Scottish lock. It sounds cool. Lock and Key. Key is the E is in parentheses in the word key. E is in parentheses for without an E for whiskey and with an E for whiskey.
Scottish whiskey spells it KY.
Yeah.
That's the lock, LOCH. And then KEY is how everyone else in the world spells whiskey.
Right.
So it's a little code for whiskey.
So it's Lock and Key because
I
it
have
sounded
learned so
cool.
much today.
Have you?
I feel like I'm going back to sleep when I get off the show.
I didn't think you were sleeping
join
during
the
the
rest
show.
of the
Yeah.
audience because they're already there.
The thing that, by the way, Keeper's Heart is their motto is Fugiet Hora. You know what that means?
Time
flies. Is Miss Woolley told me that. You don't know who Miss Woolley is.
Yeah.
We went to the same high school together. My Latin teacher. Keeper's
Isn't
Heart.
it Tempest Fugiet?
Tempest Fugiet. Yeah. What is the Hora? I'm wrong. Hour.
The horror is a dance, isn't it?
No,
Yes,
no,
it
it's something
is.
else. Anyways, just so you know, this is actually the guy who's in charge of this is Brian Nation, who's most people know from Middleton, and he was the guy that was doing that.
Is
for
he
a lot of
related to
years.
Live Nation?
No, he is not. But try this. What do you think?
It's really
importantly-
good. It's really good.
So
At
with the
$50, this
future-
looks great. All right, Randall,
Thank
you got to
you,
get us out of
everybody.
here.
some of the futures of whiskey and hopefully the future of the show is a blending or a melange of different flavor styles and different approaches. So thank you for listening to our batch or blend today on It's the Liquor Talking. We'll be back with more next week. And you can see this on Facebook Live and
wherever you get your
posterity
podcasts.
at any time that you want to revisit it. So
If you're having trouble sleeping, it's great for that. All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks, Ted.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, Ted. Bye, everybody on Facebook. Join us next week.